This here's my desk pig. If I don't keep working, desk pig stares at me until I get back to work. Welcome back. Hi, I know. My much anticipated movie review is back. Honestly, I like making these reviews, even though they are my least viewed. And lately, YouTube's been sweeping all of my videos under the rug, so it doesn't really seem to matter anymore. So I present to you today a movie you can watch for free on your own on YouTube with the link in the description, which means I will still probably get copyright struck. Presenting Demon Island, or wait a minute, that's Survival Island, also known as Killer Pinata, aka Pinata Survival Island. Hey guys, one name is just fine for your movie. Thanks very much. Let's get to it. The movie starts with a slice of educational content straight from an isolated island in Central America. Things aren't going very well for a group of villagers. There was a drought, a touch of pestilence, and everybody's dying. So they did what anybody would do. They make a clay monstrosity of a piñata, stuff that bad boy with a pig's heart because pigs are evil sponges.
Using the skills that were passed down through blood, the village piñata maker, Hanuma, began the most important creation in the history of his village.
The villagers then all gather around and they put all their spirits and sins into the bad piñata, and then they smack open a good piñata, where then I assume they all enjoyed a bunch of Tootsie Rolls and those little hard strawberry candies that your grandma always has lying around. Afterwards, the bad piñata is sent down the river where it can live out the rest of its existence as litter. But oh no, this happened to be the night of a Frankenstein-level storm. The bad piñata is struck by lightning and brought to life.
Hunter's task was now complete with the final bolt of energy. As long as the piñata lay undisturbed, the evil would remain locked inside by the magically charged clay.
That's okay. As long as we don't suddenly smash cut to a bunch of college kids in present day, we'll be fine. Oh, well, pack it up, everybody. We're all gonna die. Speedboating towards the cursed island is a group of chucklefucks. This is, of course, the 12th annual Cinco de Mayo scavenger hunt run by the frat house and sorority duo that becomes our main cast. It's standard chucklefuck event. The group has a limited amount of time to run around the island looking for panties to collect, and if they happen to find a piñata laying around, they can smash it open and get some shots of tequila. Actually, doesn't sound like too bad of an event, if I do say so myself. Now, a quick trivia game does confirm that this group of college goers doesn't know very basic facts about Cinco de Mayo, so we're off to a good start.
Okay, first question. 5 bonus pairs to the person who can tell me the meaning behind Cinco de Mayo.
May 5th!
Denied.
All right.
Denied. Anyone. Anyone. Cinco de Mayo.
Excuse the party!
Once we have that done, we have couples pair up to be handcuffed together and set off on their journey for underwear. We get pointless relationship drama between these two, whose names are forgettable. Really, all of them are. This here is actress Jamie Presley. I like her. She's been in a lot of stuff, but similar to the actress who plays Gretchen Wieners, I really only know her character name from My Name is Earl, which is Joy, so I'll probably be referring to her as Joy throughout this whole movie review. These two are mad that they get paired up, so they choose to sit on the ground while everybody else goes out to play. We've got our overacting jock team, our useless team Dumb, our stoner team who is the first to come upon the cursed piñata. It was just sitting there in the river right next to the underwear that was set up at some point, and yet nobody ever noticed it until this team came upon them. He goes, "What is this?" And she says, "It's a piñata." Is it, though?
Let's crack it open.
These guys didn't know what Cinco de Mayo stood for, and yet they know what these ancient piñatas look like. That's real interesting. The piñata gets up, moving like the wind, and kills Bob here.
Let's get out of here.
Trapping his soul or whatever inside of it.
What's it gonna be? All right.
Ow, okay.
Nice. Got a tiny woman attached to you? Let's just drag her around by the wrist. Oh my god, she's developed a jump scare. That's really gonna rustle some feathers when Grandma comes around for dinner. By the way, they keep jump cutting to what the piñata sees, and I absolutely hate it. This thing is basically blind, and they love cutting to what it sees. Anyway, this traumatized girl goes back to camp and tells everybody that Bob is dead. And of course, in traditional horror movie standard, nobody believes her. She's covered in blood, her partner's missing, and nobody shows any concern for where this kid might be. He could have gotten creamed by an ATV for all I care, but her piñata story doesn't make any sense, so let's go ahead and ignore it. Back in the woods, two teams run into our piñata friend who's just looking goofier as he gets bigger. Here's a fun fact. They originally wanted to put a guy in a rubber suit for this role, but they thought the CGI looked scarier. Well, I can't argue there. Team number 3 gets smeared into the forest floor and soul sucked.
Bob had an accident.
Is it serious?
How would we know you guys aren't looking for him? So these two are the ones who are in charge of this event. There's no medical staff, there's no emergency exit off the island, there's no properly functioning adults who put this whole thing together. It's just these two and the college kids. So finally, they start going to look for Bob, but not really because they were concerned. It's more of a device to get these two morons back into the woods. No calling for help. No. Let's just get back into the woods. Remember this team? Me either. The piñata is walking up behind them, making way too much noise, and it takes them way too long to turn around and recognize that, hey, it's a piñata. Is it?
Ooh, missed that one. Pretty cool piñata.
They approach it and get wrecked. 2 teams down, we're making some excellent time here. Back at the camp, our traumatized friend is having flashbacks of the event that happened just 15 minutes ago.
Gotta get off this island. I know what I saw. Gotta get off this island.
Bob's dead?
The piñata, that's why.
The leaders of the shit show radio back and tell them that they found Bob.
What happened out there?
What happened out there? I've been telling you what happened. It's not my fault. It sounds stupid. Guys, there's still a whole team that doesn't even know any of this is going on. Nobody's telling them. So now we get a terrible CGI mess of a chase with the piñata looking more like a hooved monstrosity and 2 leaders on the ATVs. They're never really in the same scene together, but I mean, it's 2002. I guess we'll cut them some slack. This scene goes on for way too long. The piñata's chasing the 2 around, it turns into this larger form, and then it turns into a smaller form just to kill the guy, and then it turns back into the larger form to keep on chasing the girl, and we keep cutting to this terrible piñata vision it has, and it's too long. It goes on for way too long. We don't need to be looking at PS2 graphics for that long. Okay, so now it's nighttime, and the rest of the kids get back to the shore, but oh no, the GD piñata trashed their boats, so they can't leave the island. They're still having trouble believing in the piñata explanation until one guy suddenly starts, like in every lazy horror movie, explaining everything that's going on with the history of this village. What?
I mean, you guys don't actually believe there's a killer piñata out there, do you?
I don't know what I think. There's this old Mexican folklore I studied about that fits with Lisa's description.
A piñata killed him? That's really stupid. Except for this historical story that I'm really, really serious about that explains exactly what you just described. Gather round and I'll tell you all about it.
What the hell are you doing?
Oh god, more folks have developed the jump scare disease. These guys still have no idea what's going on, by the way. The next morning, 6 people who are dead haven't returned yet, so it's just another excuse to get everybody back into the woods. Every time we jump cut to the piñata watching everybody, it's really tall and loud, and I don't know how it can be so sneaky. They walk here, they walk there, they find dear friend, they walk away. Next, we come up to my favorite conflict, this guy's shoe.
Hey, you guys, hold on a second. Doug's got something.
Girl, I'm okay. Just go ahead and...
No, well, wait.
Kyle, it's okay, man. I just got this rock in my shoe that's driving me crazy.
This guy probably spends 10 minutes getting a rock out of his shoe. I love it so much. Look at that, he's still working on it. Hey, you know what? You should probably work backwards. Tear the whole shoe apart, start with the very core materials of it. That rock will be gone in no time. So they leave him, walk away, decide, no, we can't leave him, turn around, go back and get him. It was just a giant waste of time of a scene. And then he dies anyway. Nobody heard that? This thing is roaring in people's faces, yanking folks out of conga lines and pulling them up into the trees, and nobody's noticing this. So he dies, and the bad idea train just keeps on rolling because the 4 who are remaining want to now split up. There's 2 who want to go back to camp, and 2 who want to keep going. Why? The very next scene, the 2 who wanted to stay find tracks, and it leads them to the 2 who left, and then they have to run back and rejoin them. Guys, you can write scenes that actually matter in these movies, you know that, right? Hero Man McGee finds the leader lady who didn't get turned into silly putty by the piñata a long time ago, along with the guy. And then Lisa goes back to the camp and immediately gets eaten by the piñata in a tent. You keeping up? We gained 1, we lost 1, now we're having fun. This Street Fighter 1997 ass music. So the 3 remaining life bars meet up and it's nighttime all of a sudden. They come up with a plan to catch and burn the piñata while he's roaring and leaping through the trees like the stealthy fellow he's been known to be. Some more epic Street Fighter-esque music while the trap montage sets up, and it should have taken all night while the piñata, like, I don't know, goes and gets Chipotle or something. Why is it leaving them for so long? It's not like there's anything that's stopping it from going out onto the beach and murdering them during the whole creation of this trap, right? There's a whole lot of ugly CGI, slow-mo, and time wasting in the final fight. The huge trap they just spent all night building fails, so Joy has to come up with a new plan on the fly, which just involves a Molotov cocktail shoved into his head.
Have a shot of this, motherfucker!
The next morning, campus security shows up. What? Why? Where were they before? They're not cops. Why are they here now? Who contacted them? But anyway, the movie ends like this. By the way, what happened with that village at the beginning? Were they successful in defeating their problems by unleashing a demon piñata onto the world? No? No. Well, thanks for joining me anyway. What a blast. It's good to be back on my bullshit. And you guys? Well, you're stuck with me, so... Thanks.